The government is failing to do even the most basic civilian protections when it comes to foreign policy. So listen to this story from The Intercept. Last October, an airstrike in Yemen by the Saudi Arabia-led coalition hit a funeral, killing more than 130 people and drawing global condemnation. Yet in the months following that strike, the United States doubled the amount of fuel it provided to coalition jets. Doubled, according to figures obtained by the U.S. military, from the U.S. military. The numbers underline the fact that U.S. support for the campaign has continued and even increased despite growing attention to civilian casualties and alleged war crimes by the coalition. But the House of Representatives just passed over the chance to vote on legislation that would have tracked the fuel the Pentagon gives to the Saudi coalition and prohibited refueling of coalition aircraft unless the Pentagon could assure Congress that subsequent missions wouldn't hit civilians or targets contained on no-strike lists. An amendment to the National Defense Authorization Act filed by Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna of California with bipartisan support failed to pass the Rules Committee last night, and so it won't be up for a vote. So this is yet another example of Justice Democrat Ro Khanna doing tremendous work and doing the right thing repeatedly in what he's pushing for. But how sad is that? That they couldn't get something passed that prohibits refueling of the Saudi coalition unless we can assure limited civilian casualties. So this is just an admission by the U.S. Like, yeah, we don't really care if you massacre civilians if you're our ally. If you're our ally and you're our business partner, you get to do whatever you want to do, and we're still going to pretend like you're in favor of freedom and liberty and justice and you care about human rights. Again, even when our top allies, who? Saudi Arabia, yeah, they care about freedom and liberty and justice? Please. Israel, they care about freedom and liberty and justice. They're doing permanent occupation and apartheid. They're expanding settlements even further, taking more and more Palestinian land. Saudi Arabia, everybody knows, because I say it a few times a week, every week. They say all atheists are terrorists, women are second-class citizens, they can't drive, they need a guardian. They behead people in public square for sorcery and witchcraft and apostasy. They're slaughtering women and children in Yemen right now. They're bombing civilian targets on purpose. They've attacked mosques. They've attacked open-air markets. They've attacked schools, schools for the blind, hospital. I mean, and they were given the option and the opportunity. Hey, do you guys think maybe we should ban refueling the planes if they're attacking civilian targets? And Congress said, no, we shouldn't. Because they care more about getting more money to Raytheon and Boeing and the defense contractors than they care about innocent women and children being obliterated in Yemen. So, this is what our government's doing with our money in our name. And when somebody stands up and does the right thing, they look them in the eye and say, fuck off, we don't care. It really is a genuinely depressing feeling I get when I read these kinds of stories.